Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Sada village, right at the top, and we're going to start our descent down towards downtown Paphos, and we're going to turn at the Trimark Motors roundabout, the Anavargus roundabout, and we're going to take a diversion and we're going to head out towards the main Anavargus fountain roundabout, and then we're going to go on to the Limassol roundabout, and then we're going to shoot up the bypass. So we're going to sort of bypass Paphos town centre, if you like. You're going to get some great views and a bit of jibber-jabbering along the way. And you never know, you may learn something. It's possible. I do talk a lot of old jibber-jabber rubbish, but now and again I do chuck in that useful little bit of information. There it is in the distance, that's Paphos. So you've got uptown, midtown, and downtown Paphos, Kent of Paphos, and the blue Mediterranean Sea. The sky today, well, it is blue, although there is one or two clouds and a slight little bit of dust taking away that blueness slightly, but the temperature is ramping up, that is for sure. If your name is Miss Dawn, you got a husband called Mr. Sean, you got a cat called Miss Daisy, and a dog called Bobo. The temperature today, forecasting a high of around about 21 degrees. So that's not too bad. We're in the last week of April, and as May approaches, well, the temperature is going to ramp up. And of course, most people are coming out May, June, July, August, September, and I promise you, you're going to get a spectacular holiday. And one thing's for sure, you will go home with a suntan or two. That is for sure. Coming up on the left-hand side is Vicla Villas and Olympus Villas. Excuse me, let me die. There's a man who's in contact with me from the south of France, Orlando, and he's renting a villa up there, coming out of Paphos in May for about a week, doing a bit of a recon on Paphos to see if Paphos is the place for him and his wife Sylvia to relocate to. And if you want to bump into us, don't forget to drop it in the comments or in the private email, and we'll chuck you down somewhere and have a sit down and a coffee and give you our views, shall we say. Because Paphos is a great place, there's no doubt about that, but you need to be very specific in what you want from Paphos. If you're coming here to retire, great place. If you're coming here perhaps to work remotely, not too bad. You know, if your name's Mr. Dirk and Mr. Michael from Northern Germany and you're going to relocate here in the summer, well, you're doing a recon and you're planning on relocating here in the winter, and you're going to work on your laptops remotely anywhere in the world, great place to come. If you're going to go and work offshore somewhere and use Paphos as a base to live, great place to come. But if you're going to come to Paphos and think that you're going to get a job in the real world out there and make a fortune, the odds are that you are not. Bit of a closed market. I'm not going to say any more, but you've got to be very lucky if you think that you can make a living in downtown Paphos. And that's the same in any foreign country that you go to. If you are not a national of that country, you're going to find it very hard indeed. Anyway, we've dropped down. We are now at the top of Paphos. Paphos technically has not started yet, although it all melds into one, and this is Mesa Hoyo if you go to the left, Tremathusa and Tala if you go to the right. And this is the descent. I'm going to keep going down here now for about half a mile or so, and we'll come to a roundabout. At that roundabout, you've got the choice to keep going straight into downtown Paphos or take a left at what I'm going to call Trimark Motors. There's a car dealer there on that roundabout. So we're going to take a left and saddle the outer extremities of Paphos town and go down towards the Anavargus fountain roundabout. And then we're going to go over that and towards the Limassol roundabout and up the bypass. So technically we are bypassing, shall we say, the inner sanctum of Paphos, isn't it? That's what we're doing. There we go. So sit with us, and slowly but surely you'll learn your way around Paphos. It's not that big a town, although it can be quite a complex place. There's an awful lot of dead ends, there's an awful lot of roads that don't go anywhere, in case you don't understand what a dead end means. We understand that not only British people watch our channel, we have some Russian people who watch the channel, we have some Ukrainian people, we have a few French people, quite a few Polish people. All of these people's English obviously is exceptionally good and probably much better than mine, but perhaps they're not familiar with some of the terminologies that we use, shall we say, in English slang. So sometimes I explain things 2 or 3 times. You know, we might call something a dual carriageway, other people will call it a highway, we may call something a motorway, and they will call it a dual carriageway. So these are the intricacies of English language, isn't it? I think we say tomatoes and Americans say tomatoes. So there we go. But it is the language of the world. Most people now converse through the language of English. Whether you come from China, Russia, Jamaica or Timbuktu, you're probably going to speak a word or 2 of English. So that was the Trimark Motors roundabout that we came off. And again, here we go down here, and the next, well, it's about another mile to go yet, but the next roundabout we're going to come to is the Anavargos Fountain roundabout. So lots of water shooting out of it, and at night time it's all lit up like a Christmas tree. At that roundabout we're going to go straight over. If you're curious to know, on the left hand side now, perhaps if you've got some children and you're going to relocate to downtown Paphos, you've got the International School of Paphos on our left hand side. Now please forgive the road surfaces, it doesn't matter what car you're in, it doesn't matter how slow you drive, they are potholes from hell. So if your name is Lady so sweet Caroline, get your bottom on a memory foam pillow, and just before you do, pour a tot or 2 for the man known as Lord Nigel Big Guns, as I try to, well, wiggle and waggle and turn left and turn right and try to smooth out the ride, because the roads are absolutely atrocious, and the bit coming up now, to be honest, gets even worse. It's like pothole after manhole after pothole, so I'll be zigzagging left and right, jumping out to pick my car up. Yes, day man, because the potholes are so bad. Dizzy Blonde, if you're watching, I don't think in downtown Manchester the roads can be as bad as this. I understand you're in gridlock traffic most of the day, but I don't think you've got potholes like we've got in downtown Paphos. So if you're looking for a job for your husband when you relocate to Paphos in a few years' time, well, get him a whacker plate, get him some black tar macadam and a shovel and a rake, and I'm pretty sure he'll be able to make a bob or 2 for the rest of his days. Look at this road. And this is one of the main roads in Paphos. Rant over, Mr. Andy. There we go. We've got to live with it and just keep trying to avoid them, isn't it? So, slowly but surely now, we are transcending through the area known as Anavargos. We're going to come to the fountain roundabout just down here. At the next little intersection coming up now, there's a sign saying Papa Antonio's on our left. That's a bakery, by the way. And if you were to turn left there, go down for about, what, 200 or 300 yards, 400 or 500 metres, you will come to the General Hospital of Paphos, and that will be on your left. But as I say, we're going straight. This gentleman in front is wiggling and waggling and trying to avoid the potholes even more than me. There we go. They're absolutely everywhere. This is the fountain roundabout, Anavargos. As you can see, it's squirting water absolutely everywhere. We're going to filter to the left, or take the first exit, and head out towards the Limassol roundabout. And at the Limassol roundabout, we're then going to go and take the second exit, and we're going to head up the bypass. So the motorway, or the dual carriageway, and we're heading in the direction of Paphos Airport, Anarita, Mandria. Those are some of the villages on the way. And if you kept going, you'd go to Limassol, and if you kept going, you'd go to Larnaca, and then filter off to Nicosia if you wished. So there we are. See, slowly but surely, you get to learn your way around not just Paphos, but in and around Cyprus as well. So here we go. Bit of traffic building up because we are entering the rush hour time of Paphos. It's rapidly approaching 9 o'clock. This grey building on the left hand side is the main office for the Electricity Authority of Paphos. If you've got a bill to pay, that's where you go. If you've got a complaint to make, and that's where you go, and normally they just throw you out. There we are. Government body, so there's not a lot you can argue with. Pay your bill, or we disconnect you, or get out. There we are. Limassol roundabout. Can't believe the traffic lights are on go for us, Miss Andrea. Have you seen that? Although they've just switched. But we'll just keep going, because as you've come to understand, we don't like to stop at red traffic lights. Not in Cyprus, anyway. Always take them as an advisory capacity, as I always say to everyone. If you take that exit there, you'd go up to Marathonda, Konya and Armu. But like I say, we're going to take the second exit, which is straight at the bypass. And we're heading in the direction of the workshop, but don't get too excited, lady so sweet Caroline, because the video will end just before we get there. Sorry to disappoint you. Right, let's get up the bypass, let's get a bit of speed up. On here, the speed limit, if you're curious to know, is around about 100 kilometers an hour. That's what the recommended speed limit is. You're allowed to go to about 119 before the boys in blue will start to notice you. I will say to everyone, cruise along at 90 to 100 kilometers an hour. You've got plenty of time to take evasive action. And of course, the boys in blue will not be bothered by you, and then you can just wave at them, and they can continue to smoke their cigarette and frappe and just hang out looking cool on the side of the road. You've got to understand, you know, if you're a policeman, do you really want to stop people and find them? Not really. What you really want to do is stand on the side of the road in the shade with a cigarette in one hand and a frappe in the other, having a good chat with your girlfriend or your gumbarro. You don't really want to stop anyone. But feel the road surface, even on the highway, it's absolutely terrible, to be honest. There's inulations and potholes and tarmac breaking up absolutely everywhere. So, like I say, stick to 90 to 100 kilometers an hour. Even if you've got a big lorry stuck up your bottom, don't worry about it. Let him go around you. He's obviously in a big hurry, that is for sure. So, we're on the Limassol bypass, as I say, Paphos to Limassol. As we come over this brow, you're going to get a great view. And I'm going to say thanks for watching. And of course, if you do like what you see, why not hit the like, click subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of our madness. And if you want to help the channel to grow, keep us going, click through to our about page, where you could consider to buy us a coffee or two. Hit that little icon for buy me a coffee. We'll convert your cash into coffee to keep us awake. And of course, more often than not, we will pop it into the tank and continue to drive around making these special videos for you. And if you've got a special video that you want, if your name's Mr. Matt and you want to make your girlfriend, your wife, eyes light up and even bring a tear to her eye, and her name's Miss Tony on her birthday, you know what you do. Drop in the comments and we will do that special video for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one very soon.